On my 18th birthday, my mom asked, "Are you ready to meet your real dad now?" And I dropped my fork because the dad I knew died in a car crash when I was 12. But mom pushed a manila folder across the table with newspaper clippings from 2006 about a college student named Rebecca Walsh who had been assaulted on campus. And Rebecca Walsh was my mother's maiden name. And underneath was a court document showing Christopher Rankin had been sentenced to 18 years. And his mugshot stared back at me with my same narrow nose, my same cheekbones, and mom said he gets released today at noon and he wants to meet you. The doorbell rang at exactly noon, and through the peephole, I saw a thin man holding pink roses calling out, "I know you are in there, Rebecca." But when I opened the door with the chain on, he tried to push flowers through, saying, "You look just like my mother." Same beautiful eyes, and the way he said beautiful made my skin crawl. So I slammed the door and watched him park across the street just sitting there. And that was only the beginning, because he followed us everywhere, staying exactly 3 cars behind. And when we went to the police, they said unless he makes a threat, they cannot do anything. He showed up at my school with a sign saying, "I love you, Anna-Dad," until my best friend got him removed. But that night, mom finally let me read all his letters, hundreds of them starting when I was 3, full of religious language, evolving into detailed fantasies about fishing trips and walking me down the aisle like he had created an entire imaginary relationship with a daughter who only existed because he violently assaulted her mother. At the court hearing, he testified about finding God in prison. But when the lawyer asked, "Do you believe you raped Rebecca Walsh?" he said, "I believe there was a misunderstanding that night. I was young and drunk, she was too, and the judge granted us a protective order." But Christopher started showing up at my college, always exactly 500 feet away, until I could not take it anymore. So I drove through the night and found him at a construction site, and I said loudly enough for his coworkers to hear, "You raped my mother. You are not my father." But here is the part he did not know. I had been live streaming our entire interaction, and thousands of people watched Christopher admit to making me through. Rape watched his mask slip completely, and I said to the camera, "This is who you really are." And the stream went viral before I got back to my car, and his supporters abandoned him, his employer fired him, and for 6 months we finally had peace until he resurfaced with a suicide note sent to every news outlet, and they found him unconscious from an overdose, and he survived. And after 18 months they released him, and the packages started arriving again, and he moved in with a single mother who had an 18-year-old daughter named Annie. So I contacted Annie and sent her everything. And within 24 hours, Christopher was homeless again, and by my senior year I had changed my name legally, not just last name but first and middle too, and mom did the same, and we moved to a state we had never been to. And on what would have been my 25th birthday, my half-sister called and said he is gone, heart attack in his cell, and I could not feel relief or sadness because he had been dead to me since the day mom told me the truth. And now at 28, married with twins through IVF, no genetic connection to Christopher whatsoever. I rarely talk about him because he became a footnote in our story, and Richard was my dad in every way that mattered, and mom is my hero, and I am not Christopher's daughter. I am the woman my mother raised me to be. And the last package arrived a week after his funeral. A music box with a card saying forever. Your father and I threw it in the garbage without opening it because some gifts are too poison to eat, and children are not possessions, and DNA does not create love. And on my 18th birthday, when mom asked if I was ready to meet my real dad, the answer was I already had one, and he loved me until the day he died in that car crash.